Hello everyone, I'm Nola and welcome to my channel. I was not expecting to come on today. However, I've always been fascinated by the moon, so much so that I even named one of my children after an astronaut. So today is actually February the 11th, 2025, and I had a very dear niece of mine call me last night and send me a picture. She knows I'm a little strange, so she said, did you see the moon? And because I'm currently living in the Netherlands, it's really overcast and cloudy, and we did not have a clear sky last night. So she said, I'll send you a picture. She said, I think you'll find this very interesting. So the sweet girl sent me the picture, and she said, what do you see in the moon? And I said, I see a rabbit or a hare. So last night, which was February the 10th, the moon was in its waxing gibbous phase, which is approximately 95% illuminated. So it was not a full moon. The full moon is expected tomorrow, February the 12th, and it will be in the sign of Leo. I am not a oh gosh, the word just escapes me. I'm having a senior moment. Sorry, I am not an astrologer, although I do know of several wonderful astrologers. So I'm not claiming to know a lot about astrology. I've dabbled over the years, but it's not anything that I was able to pick up. So tomorrow the full moon is in the sign of Leo. And so I want to talk a little bit about the cultural significance of the rabbit or the hare on the moon. The imagery of a rabbit or a hare on the moon is prevalent in various cultures, each attributing a unique meaning to the symbol, which is fascinating. East Asian folklore or in Chinese mythology, the moon rabbit is believed to be a companion of the moon goddess, Change, who was diligently pounding an elixir of life with a mortar and a pestle. Okay? In Japanese and Korean traditions, the rabbit is seen as preparing mochi, I think. I hope I'm saying it correctly, or titiok, rice cakes, which symbolizes prosperity and abundance. And I think it's really fascinating that this rabbit moon or this rabbit or hare appeared in the moon right after the Chinese New Year. So in Mesoamerican legends or the Aztec folklore, if I can recall, and I have some notes, I'm going to have to refer to them, tells of the god Quetzalcoatl, please correct me, someone, who during his earthly journey was offered sustenance by a selfless rabbit. And moved by his act of kindness and selflessness, the rabbit was prepared to sacrifice himself in the fire to feed this god, and so this god the god Quetzalcoatl was so moved by the selflessness of this rabbit that he wanted to elevate him, and so he elevated the rabbit's image to the moon, signifying sacrifice and humility. Now, the Buddhist Jataka tales speak of a rabbit that was unable to provide food for the hungry traveler as well, who was Asakra in disguise. And who is Asakra, you may ask, and I really need to refer to my notes on this one. So Asakra, who is also sometimes pronounced as Sakra, is another name for Indra, the king of the gods in the Buddhist and Hindu traditions. In the Jataka tales, which are stories of the Buddha's past lives, Sakra frequently appears as a divine figure who tests, assists, or rewards virtuous beings, particularly bodhisattvas, past incarnations of the Buddha. So Sakra is portrayed as a just and compassionate ruler of the Tavatimsa heaven, the heaven of 33, where he presides over the gods, and he often intervenes in human and animal affairs to uphold dharma, righteousness in other words, and sometimes he disguises himself to test the virtue of others. So if you'd like me to get a little more specific on this, please leave something in the notes or the messages below, and I will answer you to the best of my ability. I have studied world religions, and so I know a little bit of everything, just enough to be dangerous. So the Buddhist Jataka tales speak of that rabbit, and so he is apt to provide help when we feel that all help is lost. And so I want to speak about the symbolism and the potential on the current global reflections. The rabbit or the hare on the moon embodies themes that can be paralleled with current global dynamics, and I thought it was very important for me to come on here. In fact, I wrestled with it all night and all day today. I do believe that there's a message or a narrative here about selflessness and sacrifice. And so with everything that is going on in the world, you know, government's upside down. There is a lot of thievery, and people are not telling the truth about a lot of things. And I think that the upcoming full moon tomorrow in Leo on February the 12th is emphasizing individual expression and leadership. And this period encourages each one of us on the collective to embrace one's inner strength and creativity, inspiring collective movements towards positive change. So I think my observation, and I don't know if any of you observed the rabbit on the moon last night on the 11th, serves as a profound metaphor for current times. By exploring these cultural tales and the underlying messages, I think that we can speak about the transformation and rebirth that is going on in many cultures, and the cultures that see the rabbit as a symbol of renewal, especially in cycles with the moon itself. This could be a sign that there is major change coming to the planet, and I think that there's a lot, as I said earlier, there's a lot of trickster energy at bay, and unpredictability. Oh, please forgive me. Unpredictability in some traditions. And the hare is also known as a trickster, representing things not being as they seem. So with so much deception in politics and war and global power shifts, this could indicate hidden truths coming to light. So I think that many of us will be called on to make sacrifices and to step out of our so-called boxes and get together on the collective, and we the people will change things as required instead of so-called world leaders, or that someone or some nation will make a major sacrifice. Who it's going to be, I don't know, but that is what I was told. And I think that rabbits also multiply quickly You know, they say, oh, they had babies like mice or babies like rabbits. They bred like, rabbits is often a saying. And so I think that there's fertile ground at the moment in the universe for rapid change. Um, and this could signify or symbolize fast-paced developments. This will mean also that events will unfold at a very rapid pace. And I think we have already seen how fast the beginning of 2025 has gone. I said to my same niece, I cannot believe that half of February is almost over. And so this could mean that what was once slow moving may spiral out of control. And so I think the potential message for the world is one of preparedness. It is a warning of swift and unexpected change, a reminder that things are not as they appear, a call to be prepared for the unknown. And you may say, Nola, how can we be prepared for the unknown? And I'm not trying to drive fear into anyone. I like to bring messages of comfort and upliftment, but I cannot help delivering the message that I believe that Spirit has given to me to share with you. So prepare your paperwork. If you have medications or prescriptions, keep those close at hand. I also have felt a great shaking of the earth, particularly in the Asian area, the Asian Sea. I hope I'm saying it correctly. I wrote it down when I was in meditation today. The Aegean Sea, not the Asian Sea, the Aegean Sea. And even in California, the United States of America, I think there will also be some seismic movements in the ground, in the earth. And so, excuse me, I hope that you can take something away from this, that if we all pull together, that we can accomplish what our governments think that we cannot. There will be rapid and swift change, some alarming things. And I think that a couple of world leaders, or so-called world leaders, could actually find themselves in the courts at Den Haag. And so I also feel inclined to pull a card or two to see what else Spirit what other additional insight Spirit has regarding this little vision that I saw or led on by my niece, who sent me this, and she knew that it would resonate with me. You know, as we say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I have several decks. I have the Divine Master Oracles, who is by Kyle Gray. I love his oracle decks. And I also have Angels and Ancestors. And I really think, because of all of the cultural things, I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Angels and Ancestor decks and see what our angels, what the universe wants us to know, what the Creator would like for us to know. I've shuffled these a lot before, and I'm going to divide them into 3 piles and take a card off the top of each pile. So the first card up is Mountains. Okay? Stand your ground. And the second card is, from the middle pile, is Arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. Oh my, wow. Can you see that? Wow. And the third card is Great Teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. So this leads me to ask you all a question as the collective. What do these cards mean to you? Mountains, stand your ground as a collective. The Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. And the third card, The third card being great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. And I smile because I just said when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I'm going to tell you what I get intuitively, immediately, and psychically. The first one, there are mountains in front of us as human beings, as the collective at the moment. Okay? So we have to stand our ground as a collective, as only we can change. It's not they. We are the they that we speak about. So it's all of us collectively. We are coming into a time where people are rising up. They're not going to take what the governments are trying to feed to them anymore. And then the second card is surround yourself with protective energy. So surround yourself with protective energy. That tells me that we will go to where the helpers are. We will not run towards the destroyers. We are going to go to where the helpers are, right? I always told my child when he was young, whenever something bad happens, go to where you see the people that are helping others. Go to the helpers, right? And then the great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences over the course of your life, over your dreams and your experiences and your own intuition. What is it that you know? What is it that you know, that you know, that you know, that you know, where there's no reasonable explanation, but you just know that you know certain things? That comes from your intuition, from the voice of God within you. So these three cards are telling us as a collective exactly what we need to know and what we need to do moving forward. We don't have to throw bricks and bombs and stones. We can do this peacefully. We can boycott certain companies and businesses that are treating people unfairly. We don't have to travel to countries where people are not being treated as humans. We can barter, we can exchange, we can make our own things. We can show the supposed powerful rich that want to control the rest of us that we are not having it. Oh my gosh, I just saw that if the UK is not careful, and I just heard if the United Kingdom is not careful on who they choose to be their leaders, there will be bread lines and starvation in unprecedented terms. Please conserve what you have. Use your resources wisely. Think before you purchase. Prepare yourself. I don't know how to tell you to prepare yourself for the unknown, but go within. For each and every one of you and for each and every one of your families, you will know what to do depending on where you live on this planet. I thank you for being here today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will answer you. I thank you for being here today. And once again, have a good day and take care of yourself until the next time. Bye for now.